If you take the time to look at some of these illustrations, it's really fun to see that the media hasn't changed a whole lot over a century and a half. Here is a picture, this is an original gouache of the interior of Fort Clark. We know that because it's labeled inside of Fort Clark, Tuesday, 3 o'clock, okay? Now, these are like having embedded reporters, all right? And they're supposed to be sketching and sending things back. They do. It winds up in Harper's Weekly. It also gets picked up by Frank Leslie's news. But what's fun is they've added 2 figures. Now, they probably did that for scale, so you'd have an idea of how big it is. But then the caption says, Fort Hatteras, interior, sketched by a member of Colonel Weber's staff at 3 p.m. on August 29th. Well, no, it's not Fort Hatteras, it's Fort Clark. But Fort Clark wasn't that exciting. Fort Hatteras is a lot more exciting, and people would want to see pictures, so fine. However, somebody made a slight mistake because over here is another watercolor, and this says Hatteras Fort, Thursday, 4 o'clock. Now this is just before the surrender. So if they're surrendering at 4 o'clock, how did they get in and do a sketch at 3 o'clock? That's pretty good. But this is exactly the kind of thing you have. The press then was very much, as in my opinion, I'm not speaking for DCR here, don't blame North Carolina, was more interested in hype and getting people to read their story than they were in reporting strictly the facts. So you see it goes all the way back to the Civil War. This one's particularly fun because it says print block, which means this was a central image. And if you look here in Harper's Weekly and here again in Frank Leslie's, that print block is used in both of those publications. So very interesting to see how all that was put together.